story that says if I get 30 seconds of sunlight every morning, I could slash the chance of developing those types of cancer by as much as 80%. It's kind of amazing. They're just saying, I mean, you just have to sort of look, I guess, towards the sun. The sunlight has to get into the eye, so you can't be wearing sunglasses. It can't be done through a window. So you just get outside, and it's saying that in the early part of the day, the sun is much more beneficial. So as the day progresses, it's less and less helpful. And that if you go outside and get fresh sun early, it produces melatonin, which I've always associated with sleep, but I guess it's also helps with these, like, feed these mitochondria who the mitochondria that like battle antioxidants or are antioxidants, and they sort of destroy free radicals, and it's preventing, does a good job of removing or preventing these naturally with melatonin, a hormone that among things seeks out and destroys free radicals. So it produces melatonin, which helps you, and then potentially the melatonin is produced, here we go, by mitochondria. 95% of the body's melatonin is made by mitochondria. And how do you feed those mitochondria? And that also help you, I guess, digest food. But you feed them. They found that mitochondria are particularly sensitive to it's infrared light, something infrared light, that exposing them substantially boosted. So that NIR light is available in the morning. And it also like resets your body clock. I was reading another article, which I don't know if it's written here, but that your body uses sunlight to reset its clock. Like it's on a 24-hour clock, but if you're not exposed to sunlight, it gets off by 10 minutes and every day. And it's like you're up by 10, then you're up by 20, then you're up by 30, and it messes up your sleep. So, potentially like night owls have just messed up their internal clock. But so if you get outside in the morning, if the sun gets into your eye without looking at the sun, but then it will reset that clock back to the 24-hour sort of cycle that the Earth is on, which is kind of an amazing concept as well, that we're sort of in tune with the Earth. I mean, we are Earth, FYI, we're just movable Earth. We're just dirt, that's got it together and created a people, a body. And anyway, so it's not surprising that we're sort of in tune with the Earth. And anyway, I don't want to get too off course here, but and this is an interesting point. It says that cancer is much less predominant in the Middle East, in Asia, the Middle East, and Far East, and they're wondering if it's because those cultures get up early and get out and get that sun, whereas otherwise we're inside, in other parts of the world where I am. So this is kind of cool that it's saying the early morning sunlight must hit the specific part of the retina at the back of the eye containing light-sensitive retinal ganglion cells. This transmits a signal through the brain to the mitochondria to produce a flood of melatonin. So anyway, right now it's actually 7:50 in the morning. I've been doing this for the past 4 days. I'm getting out again. I'd like to also add that I work from home. So it used to be my sort of MO was I would try and get out for a walk in the middle of the day, like by noon or 1, and sometimes I wouldn't get to it, and I'd be like struggling, I gotta get outside. I've been inside the whole day, and sometimes I wouldn't get out, or it's 4:30, and now I've noticed, this is very early, that by going out in the morning, I'm not yearning to get out at 1, and actually I totally don't even, I actually, unbeknownst, without even realizing it, I was just wasn't even going out at 1 or 4. I mean, partly because I'd been out, but I was very busy this past week, but I also just didn't have that yearning. I'd already gotten it. I'd already gotten that cell through my brain to the mitochondria to produce the flood of melatonin, as they're saying here, which is quite exciting. So, the sun is the sun, it's this huge thing in the sky that in the galaxy that emits energy, and it's not surprising that we react positively. This article is in This is the man who's like a big proponent of it. He has some website about killing cancer naturally or something, or gracefully. Anyway, he's rocking it. And then this article was in Talker, just 30 seconds. And actually, I do have to give a hat tip to Drudge Report, which has like a lot of political stuff, but they're always like linking to these articles that are really about like really wholesome ways to approach health. So I'm just so happy I was visiting that day and saw that link, amongst many. So, all right, I'm heading outside.